Hi everyone, my name is Emily Merton and I'm a graduate associate with Prevention and Wellness. And today we're going to be talking about occupational wellness and how it relates to comfort and movement for your Wellness Wednesday. So here's our wellness wheel, and you can see occupational wellness in the bottom left-hand side in blue. So how does occupational wellness relate to comfort and movement? Movement and comfort has proven to increase productivity, reduce sick days, and creativity. So by moving around your office space and making sure that your space that you work in is comfortable, you will end up having better results in work. So here are some tips and tricks on ensuring that you have all the great things that you need to have a great workday and have a better occupational wellness side. So the first one is include different desk tech to help you become more active. So there are lots of different things that you can do to help you become more active in your office. And one of those things is desk technology. So there's desks that can lift up so you're standing, and there are also like little treadmills that you can put under your desk so that you're walking while you're standing. And there's a lot of different things too that don't cost as much money because those are both very expensive, and depending on the work that you are in, you may not be able to have that. So what I personally do sometimes if I'm sitting at the desk for too long is I am able to raise the computer up a little bit higher, and I will stand and kind of stretch and move around while I am looking at different content. And that kind of helps me become more active and make sure that I'm getting up and moving around every so often. So the second thing, open a window and make sure the quality of air is good. So this is a big deal in office spaces. And as I've done more and more research on occupational wellness, as well as environmental wellness, I realized how important air quality is. And a lot of times being in a stale area without proper air circulation, it can get really clogged in the air. And so by making sure you open a window or maybe even going out on a walk to get some fresh air, you have the potential to increase productivity and reduce your sick days. Ensure the temperature is appropriate. A lot of times if it is too cold in an office, which we sometimes have that problem here, then it is difficult for your employees or yourself to focus and get the work done because they are freezing. And so that's why I'm always wearing a sweater in these videos, is because it gets pretty chilly in here. So we just make sure that we have blankets and sweaters to help us out. So that's something that you could do instead of maybe turning the air up or down. You could just make sure that you dress appropriately and comfortably for the environment that you're in at work. And then find coworkers to keep you on track. So if you decide to go on walks, to stretch, to take your lunch break and maybe do 10 minutes of yoga or stretching during that time, find coworkers that might want to do it with you and make sure they're holding you accountable. So here's some extra information. So use a full water bottle to do some strength and training exercises like pressing it up over your head or doing bicep curls. So if you're just sitting at the desk, maybe use your water bottle to do those things. It keeps you active, it keeps you moving. You might not be building a huge amount of muscle, but it definitely keeps your body active, which is always good. And consider a sit-stand workstation, which is what I was suggesting before with the desk technology, a station that opens you up to being able to standing or sitting while you're working. And then you could also do a high top desk. That helps sometimes too. So if you have a high top chair and a high top desk, you can either sit in the chair or you can just stand. And that reduces the need for buying a desk that moves up and down. And then consider starting a walking club with your coworkers. That kind of touches on helping hold each other accountable. But starting a little walking club, going out and getting some fresh air, starting a walk. We have a lot of people in the office that do that. And we don't necessarily have a club, but there's typically someone who would be willing to go on a walk with you. So that's a great way to increase your occupational wellness. So here's some resources that I used for today's Wellness Wednesday video.